Hi, I'm Key. Hello, Tianna. Eat. Hi guys. I'm going to talk to you today about climate change and how climate change has made a huge impact on our daily lives and how we are contributing to the problem. When you think about climate change, you think about the heat outside, the seasons throughout the year. Often you wonder why it's so, you know how it gets warmer in the winter? Yes. But we live in Florida, but it's been progressively been getting warmer. Um, the high demand for electric cars is going green. Hasn't been the best option we have. Going green doesn't always mean more of a sustainable way of life. The rise of fast fashion is destroying our landfills, like Sheen, all those factories overseas. Okay, after doing a lot of research, I found that greenhouse gases are affecting Earth in ways that we may not be able to reverse. Um, Scientists believe that global temperatures will continue to keep rising for many decades, mostly due to greenhouse gases produced by human activity, driving every day, cars emitting gas, pollution, everyday pollution, constantly, population going up, right? All those things. Um, in 2021, the Intergovernment Panel on Climate Change published an article stating that human emissions of heat trapping gases have already warmed the climate by nearly 2 degrees Fahrenheit since 1750. And it's 2023, so yeah. Okay, how climate change is affecting our way of life. I find that greenhouse gases are affecting our Earth in ways that we may not be able to reverse. Scientists believe that global temperatures will continue to keep rising for many decades, mostly due to greenhouse gases produced by human activity. As the climate warms, this means that the weather is going to change along with it. We've been fortunate living in Florida, no hurricanes, like no major hurricanes have affected us yet. In the past, like what, 4 or 5 years on our side. Yeah, 4 or 5 years. Yeah, on our side of Florida. Thank God. Yeah. Scientists project that the rate of hurricanes will increase, which it already has. We've just been fortunate not to be affected by it. Yeah. But even when we were younger, we never heard of storms affecting us. They hit us, but never like New York. All these northern states now are getting all messed up. Yeah, where it's like devastations. Yeah, like New York or Sandy. Messed up New York, New Jersey. Yeah. Um, Stronger hurricanes with warmer seasons, severe storm surges, and flooding caused by heavy rains. That's from Charles in 2023. Another climate change, heat waves are happening more often than they did in the 60s. Heat waves are also lasting longer and becoming more intense. Um, I think we definitely felt that this summer. It was so hot. Yeah, it was scorching hot. Yeah. Um, After thinking about greenhouse gases, have we thought about a way to become more green by creating electric cars? But is it really that green? Going electric isn't always good, especially here in Florida. We need the gas.
Yeah,
Electricity isn't always,
the best option.
especially with the flooding after a storm.
Mm-hmm.
We have to have the gas for the generators and all that stuff.
Yeah.
By the year 2030, electric cars run on lithium ion batteries will account for 60% of new car sales. But mining for the chemical element can be harmful for the environment. So, where have you been using gas all this time?
Yeah.
The reason lithium and other resource extraction is harmful to the planet is because of water shortages, biodiversity loss, soil degradation, damage to ecosystems, and an increase in global warming becoming the result of removing these raw materials. Approximately 2.2 million liters of water, which is about the size of an Olympic swimming pool, is used to produce 1 ton of lithium. That's about 14 cars. That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. Although electric cars can have greenhouse gas emissions than gasoline powered cars, there is still a concern about the mining done for the resources. Researchers are working on alternative batteries that will replace lithium, but that could take years. So we're still going to have to be relying mostly on gas. While we try to make the changes with the use of electric cars, there's something happening behind the scenes that is potentially more damaging. And that brings me back to like the Sheen, Fashion Nova, even places like Nike, all those fast factories. With the rise of inflation of daily living, it's been hard for people to afford fashionable clothing. So they turn to sites like Sheen and all those places, but they cause so much pollution and they're paying their workers nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. People have been using websites like Sheen to buy affordable clothing, and many of them don't know how the effect is having on the environment. What makes these clothes so affordable is the heavy metals and highly toxic dyes that are used. Fast fashion contributes to the waste that is produced by us humans. Um, I know me personally using those websites, one and done. You wear it, you throw it away.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, that leads to landfills getting full of clothes, and as well as beaches across the globe. Clothes that are made of cotton are able to decompose back into the earth, whereas clothes that are made by fast fashion, such as Sheen and Fashion Nova, are made of toxic chemicals that do not break down. The fashion industry produces over 100 billion garments a year, and 87% of these wind up in a landfill. We can help slow the effects of fast fashion by buying second or repurposing our clothing. In conclusion, climate change is a real thing that is happening in our lifetime, as the generations after us will experience the reality of it. There's only so much we can do to help slow the rate of climate change. We can make slight changes and try to help, but at the end of the day, nothing can be done if we don't work together. Of course, it's hard to make an impact if only a few people are doing it, but if everyone does their part, we can make a bigger impact. I will leave you with this quote by Barack Obama. We are the first generation to feel the impact of climate change and the last generation that can do something about it. So silly.